Oh, thank you, Jeff English and the Unity Jazz Band. Good morning. I'm Greg Denning, and I'll be filling in while Reverend Sharon is on grief leave. And I've got a few quick announcements here. For anybody that's here for the first time, we'd appreciate if you'd fill out the connection card that you'll find on the table. And also, if you're new, please raise your hand if you didn't get a welcome pack yet. And okay. And also, I'd like to welcome all of the folks joining us online. We're live streaming also, besides having a live service. And we do have tables that are marked that are off camera. So if you would like to make sure, if you're more comfortable sitting at one of those, they will be there for you. And also, after service today, we'll have some fellowship time with coffee and some snacks and that kind of thing. And joining together today, our mission is to spiritually awaken to our oneness with God, with each other, and all creation. And that comes out of Unity Worldwide's vision of a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of a shared spiritual awakening. And because we're all on different paths and we honor the paths that everyone is on, let's join together in an ecumenical prayer. The enlightenment of the Buddha shines within us. The compassion of the Christ moves through us. The power of Jehovah strengthens and guards us. The presence of Allah surrounds and guides us. Wherever we are, the Tao is, and all is God. And also, we would like to bless our neighbors around the world. There's events going on that either can create great sadness and also great joy. So let's bless our neighbors on planet Earth. We pray with understanding and compassion in our hearts, knowing divine light shines even in the darkest moments. We bless the continued work of the world's essential workers and all those devoted to serving others in times of need. We bless those in grief, whatever their loss, knowing God is their strength. We lift our gaze to remember our shared humanity, our unity, centered in God's divine presence within. We know the truth for each person in our world neighborhood. We are guided by wisdom arising in love as we act in ways that foster peace and wholeness for all. And so it is. Amen. And let's continue with prayers today with a blessing for our congregation. Unity Spiritual Center of Lansing embraces its journey of spiritual growth as we walk this new path of bountiful blessings. We are emerging as a greater expression of love, a force for good in our neighborhood. Receptive to the handprint of God, we are guided to fields of unlimited possibilities to be a meaningful light shining in our world. And so it is. Allah, Shalom, Amen, Namaste. And it is the first Sunday of August. So we are going to celebrate birthdays. So if anybody here has a birthday in August, please come up. Yay. And we have birthday card for just take a card from on the table before you go back to your seat, and let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you're wonderful. Happy birthday to you. And may your upcoming year be the best of your life. And we have a discussion question that's different from the last 2 weeks where we talked about mosquitoes. I like this one a little bit better. And that is, why don't you take a moment to discuss with your table, how do you know when you're home? So we'll discuss that for about a minute or two, and then we'll get together with our opening song. Thanks, everyone. Please be seated.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Chris Jansen, and I'm your platform assistant for today. I better go with these. Big print and bold, but I'm... Oh, it's a good thing. Today's daily word is radiance, inspired by the Bible verse from John 1:5. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. On a clear day, when a stray cloud passes across the sun, we notice the suddenly diminished light. Then, looking up, we see brilliant rays of sunshine surrounding the cloud. Instead of hiding the sun, the cloud helps us see and appreciate the sun's radiance. As the sun lights the earth and is the source of its energy, the Christ, the divine presence within us, is our light and the source of everything that we need in order to live brilliantly and joyfully. When, like a passing cloud, an obstacle or challenge along our path may seem to dim our Christ light, we respond by looking up, by raising our point of view. We are assured and strengthened knowing that the divine radiance is shining as brightly as ever. No cloud can dim the divine light in us. Let us affirm together. The Christ's presence within us is radiant source of good. Joy is the core value we are focusing on this month. We are creative, joy-filled spiritual beings. Joyfulness is our true nature. We can live this core value by taking time to laugh and play in childlike wonder, connect with others in fellowship, and choosing to be optimistic. That one's for you, Jerry. We sing together, laugh together, and sometimes even dance together. Let us affirm our core value together. With playful expression, we celebrate life, love, and abundance. Our Sunday services are hybrid experiences. This means they will be available to you on both location and online, whichever works for you. Live stream and recordings of the services are on our website, YouTube, and Facebook. Currently, we continue to offer classes and meetings online and anticipate expanding to offering hybrid experiences by the fall. Details of all our activities can be found on our website, unitylansing.org, and on our weekly e-news. Our prayer ministry team continues to be active and available to hold you and your loved ones in prayer. Prayer requests can be placed in the prayer box in our lobby or electronically through the website or with a phone call to the church. A reminder that this coming Tuesday is Lunch Bunch at the Delhi Cafe. If you plan on attending, contact Nancy Clater or the church office so seats can be reserved. Last-minute drop-ins are always welcome to this no-host lunch and time of fellowship. The kitchen team is looking for volunteers. You can pick your Sunday to work by signing up at the fellowship table, food table. And this Sunday, we have some cookies and cake from an event held at the church yesterday, so please stay and enjoy the food and fellowship today. As we settle into our new home, our ministry teams and activities are reactivating. Our fellowship team is in full swing and could use a few more team members. As I mentioned, the Lunch Bunch is meeting the first Tuesday of the month, beginning August 3rd. Kay Batterson will soon be starting a section of our outreach team to help connect us with our neighbors. Today, before service, there was an organizational meeting to restart SALT, our Sunday adult learning time that happens before Sunday services. Stay tuned for more information on upcoming SALT sessions. Yes?
Just wanted to say that the next meeting of the Spiritual Development Team is August 22nd after service at 12:30. Please come and join us. We're working on our first SALT.
Okay.
We'll have
Okay, so the next meeting for
the
Spiritual Development Team is August 22nd.
which they're the ones that set up and guide the SALT.
Right.
And all other activities.
Okay, and what was that time again?
12:30.
12:30, right after, okay. So more information can be found on our website and in our weekly e-news. If you are not receiving our weekly e-news, you can sign up for it using the connection cards on the tables. A new team is formed to focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion in our community. If you are interested in being part of this important work, please email Teresa Mulford, tjmulford@aol.com. Recently, we received some generous book donations. Since we are unable to keep them all, they are available to anyone who would like to give them a new home. You will find them on the long white tables near the entrance to our sanctuary. And now, I'm honored to welcome our soloists this week, Selena and Thomas Ruhala.
Happy days
Come on, get
are
happy.
here again.
You better
The skies above are here again.
Shout hallelujah.
So let's sing a
Come on,
song
get happy.
of cheer again.
We're going
Happy
to
days
the
are here
judgment
again.
day. The sun is shining.
All
Come
together.
on, get happy.
Shout it now.
Love
There's
is
no
waiting
one
to
who
take
can
your
doubt it now.
Shout hallelujah.
So let's tell the
Come on,
world
get happy.
about it now.
We're
Happy
going
days
to the
are here
promised
again.
We're heading across the river. Soon your cares will all be gone.
There'll be no more from now on. From now on, happy days are here again. The skies above are clear again.
Shout hallelujah.
So let's sing a song of cheer again. Happy time,
Happy time.
happy nights,
Happy nights.
happy days are here again.
Hello. Yeah, thanks. That was wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your musical talents with us. And I'm pleased to introduce our speaker for today, Kurt Scholler. He's been a certified mindfulness instructor for over a decade, correct? They grandfathered him in, he says. We had scheduled him to speak with us at Unity at the Fledge when COVID hit, so we weren't able to enjoy your talk then. But we'd like to welcome you today, Kurt.
Can I take a chair up there? Just sit up there? I'm just curious, is this being recorded? Yes. Oh, so there are people outside of this room here? Live stream to the internet. Oh, okay, okay. Well, thank you for having me here today and welcoming me, and I'm sorry it was a little late, but I'm here and I'm glad to be here with you today. And as was mentioned, I was supposed to speak before the pandemic hit, and right before that, that event, Sharon and I were emailing back and forth about, well, how serious it was, maybe it wasn't so serious, and all of that. So now, a year and a half later, I'm here, and again, thank you. And I want to congratulate you on your lovely building here, a lovely new space. And it's always difficult to arise from the ashes, whether that's a building or whether that's our own lives. And I can relate because, oh, and by the way, can everyone hear me okay? Yeah, okay. I can relate. Back in the 90s, I had to kind of arise from the ashes of my own life. I was on a search, and that search consumed me and consumed everything in my life. And my business partnership fell apart, and my whole world kind of dissolved. And I had to go with my tail between my legs back to my home, my parents in Ann Arbor, and I started meditating in their basement. And I realized as I was preparing a little for this talk that their support in the family and the roof over my head was just so key, was so important to provide that reassuring structure for me to let go in meditation. And so I want to draw a note of comparison there for you all, that you have a beautiful roof over your head, and the community in which you are, and the loving support that I can tell from your beautiful songs and words that you proclaimed this morning, that this support that you offer one another can be like a kind of a structure for you to be able to let go. And it's when we let go of the words in our heads, the concepts in our heads, all the things that separate us from one another, that we can start to realize our true nature. And I also did a little research about your church and the storied, the colorful history of the church, of this spiritual center. And also your this word unity. You know, in meditation, the promise of meditation is to experience unity and to learn to rest in that. It's thousands of years old. And the obstacle is the first step. So we want to launch ourselves right away into the solution. But we first have to familiarize ourselves with the obstacle. And so when we sit down and decide to take some time and space to let go of separation, we first want to feel supported. We want to feel safe. And that's what you all provide one another. That's what this community provides for you all, is that safety, is the security, so that when you sit down, you feel supported. When you are on your own, you're alone, which most of us are, much of the day, we're alone. And when we sit down and make some time and space to be with ourselves, the support of the community can be so helpful. We don't feel quite as alone, and we feel safe. And then we might reflect about our problems, right? Right away, problems come up in our minds. Oh, problems of the world, inequity, war, poverty, strife, all of that. And then we might get a little closer to ourselves and consider our own problems: age, old age, being sick, accidents, all of that. I just experienced something like that last weekend. A close family member had an accident. It happened so fast, right? So all of these things are our own condition, our own human condition. And we might get even closer to that and say, oh, well, how is it that I'm not at ease? How is it that I'm hurting? How is it that I'm suffering? And so as we get a little closer, that sense of community and support can be even more important. So the loving words you say to each other, the kindness you give to each other, the support, the encouragement, all of that starts to work when you get very close to yourself and you start feeling that dis-ease in you. And that dis-ease is actually the guiding kind of road. We think, oh no, I want to get away from that. But actually, when we get close to that and we let ourselves feel it, then we really start to touch ourselves, really start to touch what's going on, what's in the background all day long, haunting us, driving us, in the background. But when we get quiet, that comes into the foreground. And when that happens, we start to feel kind of like we're being pushed into the corner. Nowhere to go, no way to escape. But mysteriously, maybe miraculously, the next step is the step to a kind of freedom. And so when you get pushed in a corner, when you have no way out, and we've all been there. If you've lived long enough, you've been there, right? No way out, no escape. Problems are overwhelming you. What's the one thing we can do that's within our own power to address that feeling of being overwhelmed, of no longer being able to hold the world on our shoulders? In my experience back in the 90s when I started meditating, it was surrender. Letting go. We want to hold on, we want to control things, but that only gets us so far. And that surrender starts to, in a way, let in something deeper. It provides an opening for something that's beyond what we can think of, beyond what we can imagine. So the thoughts in our head, the thoughts in our minds are kind of like an invisible prison. And how long have we been learning those thoughts? For a long, long time. Many concepts. But those concepts, they limit us. Whatever we imagine to be freedom is of our own making. That imagination is of our own creation. But we can't even imagine what's beyond that. And beyond our own thoughts, beyond our own concepts, the things we hold on to, is a kind of freedom. It's freedom from the thoughts, freedom from the concepts, freedom from the worries, freedom from our problems, freedom from our own hurt. And so when we surrender, we come face to face with that, work through that, all of those discomforts, and bit by bit, moment by moment, we have experiences of freedom. And that freedom feels good. It's, is it Don? Dan. Like Dan was saying, we talked at our little table discussion. He said the answer to the question that was posed before was for you that God was flowing through, feeling the love of God flowing through you, within you, So we start to feel something that seems otherworldly. It's not from within us, not from within our small sense of self when we start to surrender. And meditation is just a word to describe a bunch of techniques. But really the ultimate technique is surrender. There's no technique to it. So I'd like to guide us a little bit into a meditation. Do we have time to do that? Yeah. And if are there any questions before that for anyone about what I said? Sure. Yeah.
My heart go deeper into my God.
was lovely. So if you pray, you can let that turn into a meditation. Prayer can be a path into meditation. When you pray, you can let that turn into a kind of communion, a kind of feeling that shows up for you. And then connecting with that feeling, you can move into surrender. So I'll guide us here in this period where you can start with a prayer for yourself. Whatever is a personal prayer for you. And starting to feel the effect, the result of that prayer. And feeling your body. This amazing miracle accompanying you. Your whole life, feeling your body, touching the seat, touching the floor, feeling that contact, feeling grounded. Letting thoughts come and go. Letting sounds move through you. Breathing. Breathing. Letting go and breathing. Letting go. And breathing. Letting everything happen on its own. And breathing. Surrendering. Every thought, every worry. Every concern. Breathing. Letting go. being, just being. Just existing. For a little while. Letting everything happen. Surrendering. And slowly starting to feel your body again. Touching the floor and the chair. Hearing sounds. And when you're ready, gently coming out of meditation. Letting your eyes get used to light and colors and shapes. So the stillness inside you, the openness inside you is a little forecast, a little preview of your own true nature. When we let go of separation, a kind of doorway opens up inside. And if you keep making time and space for that, it just gets larger and larger and larger and larger, and the silence gets deeper. And the feeling of presence gets stronger and stronger. And in this way, you can start to embody more and more some of those beautiful words that you were saying this morning. It just starts to emanate from you. So that's maybe the end of my talk today. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the meditation a little bit.
Thank you so much, Kurt. It was wonderful to have you today. And now, I'd like to welcome Thomas Ruhala back up for some more special music.
Gonna build a mountain from a little hill. Gonna build a mountain least I hope I will. Gonna build a mountain, gonna build it high. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, only know I'm gonna try. I'm gonna build a daydream from a little hope. I'm gonna push that daydream up the mountain slope. I'm gonna build a daydream, gonna see it through. I'm gonna build a mountain and a daydream, gonna make them both come true. When I build a heaven, as I will someday, and the Lord sends Gabriel to take me away, I want to find young son to take my place. I'll leave a son in my heaven on earth with the Lord's good grace. I'm gonna build a heaven from a little hell. Gonna build a heaven, and I know darn well, if I build my mountain with a lot of care and take my daydream up the mountain, heaven will be waiting there. Gonna build a mountain with a lot of care and take my daydream up the mountain, heaven will be waiting there. And take my daydream up the mountain, heaven will be waiting there.
We are lucky to have the Ruhalas, aren't we? Thank you. Whew. All right, one more time. This is a time during our Sunday service when we acknowledge the practice of generosity. The pandemic has changed many of our practices, including how we support the work of Unity. Some of us prefer to continue to support Unity through gifts made online or through the mail. Others of us prefer to make our sacred exchange when we are present at a service. You can use envelopes on the tables and place it in the bowl when you're complete with blessing it. These envelopes will be safely collected by our ushers following the close of service. As a community, we practice sacred generosity by tithing of the gifts we receive. This month, we are sharing tithes with our Congregate's Choice for the third quarter, Cristo Rey Community Center, who continues to provide essential services to those in need. Let's take a moment to bless the many gifts we have received and the gifts we are able to share with others by singing, "I Am So Blessed." So grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Having acknowledged the blessings we have been able to share, we bless our practice of generosity as we feel deep appreciation for the love, the kindness, and the support that blessed each of our lives and this community. Let us affirm together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I praise, give thanks, and am glad. Let's join together in our closing song, I Choose Love, followed by the prayer of protection.
We got a little gap here.
I think I'll fix it.